Hey all, Pete here out on the trap line. I got my niece Lily with me, she's filming. Now I just gotta say at the start of this video that most teenage girls, they have their own lives, and the last thing on their mind is going out, wading around in a cold creek, you know, digging in the mud, stuff like that, learning how to trap. The second to the last thing on their mind is usually hanging out with their old uncle. But my niece Lily got a hold of me and wanted to learn how to trap. So she's been going out with me this last week. We've been snaring some coyotes and we just started running a water line yesterday. And we came up to this mink set. Now I shot a video about this mink set last year. It's on my channel, you can check it out. But if you look over here, what we've got is we got a number 2 with an expanded pan. It's a number 2 Sleepy Creek. We got some sardines underneath all this stuff here, so it's not exposed bait. And then I ran the sardine water along these logs as kind of a trail scent. These kinds of places where there's a lot of jumble, if Lily takes the camera, all this jumble out here in the creek, all these logs, these are really good places for mink and raccoons, okay? So I came up here today, I was up on the bank, I looked down, trap's gone, everything's gone. I'm like, well, we probably have a mink. We get down here and we don't have a mink and we don't have a raccoon, we have an otter. So in Idaho, there's a limited number of otter you're able to catch. We'll have to call and see if the quota has been met for our region yet or not. If it hasn't been met, then Lily and I will have a tanned otter this year. If it has been met, we'll have to turn it into the Fish and Game. Got to do the right thing. But we had an otter, so you never know what you're going to catch sometimes. The other thing I want to point out is that's a number 2 Sleepy Creek. It held that otter just fine. Sleepy Creek makes amazing traps. I wish they would start making long springs again. So if anybody from Sleepy Creek is watching this, please start making long springs again. I love your long spring traps. They're very, very strong. We had a good pad catch on this otter. It wasn't going anywhere. All right, he was still alive in the trap, barely, but we dispatched him, and hopefully the quota is not filled. If it is, we got to turn him in. But so I'm going to show him to you. He's not a big one, but he's a good-sized otter. I mean, he's not big though, but it's cool. We caught an otter, and there are not very many otter down in this stretch of creek, so I don't care that he's not big. I'm just cool. I'm just happy we caught an otter. So anyway, always stake like you might catch an elephant, because you never know what you're going to catch. And so I'm glad we had good wire around the log. I'm glad I went 2 or 3 times around the log with my wire. I'm glad I used a good strong trap here. All right, we're going to get on down the line. Remember, God is great, guns are good, freedom is precious.